And nobody asked for this at all. Not a single thing did they ask for.
Hear ye! Hear ye! Episode 4. First episode we filmed in the morning.
God, I know this is terrible. I'm not a morning person. I'm drinking a sugar-free Red Bull, 12 fluid ounces. So.
I didn't know what to drink. I actually didn't drink anything. I didn't drink coffee.
Do you drink coffee?
Water. No, I don't drink. I've never drank coffee.
Do you not do caffeine at all?
I do like Coke Zero and Diet Coke a
That's
lot.
not the caffeine though.
But
it's not real.
But still, like, however many milligrams of caffeine are in a Coke, dude, like, I'm there.
How many's in this? Let's see.
If I drank that, I would be
114 milligrams. That's not near as much as I thought.
114 milligrams? I'm pretty sure a cup of coffee has 40 milligrams in it. If I take 2 sips of a cup of coffee,
you'll shit yourself.
Well, I will. Not only will I shit myself, but I'm also sweating, anxious. It's miserable.
See, I drink a whole pot of coffee a day, like a whole pot of black coffee.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so I do want you to tell them what happened at the gas station on the way here.
Well, I was at there's a gas station by my house, and I stopped at the gas station. I went inside and I said, I got this Red Bull. Because I have Red Bulls at my house, but they're just the little ones, like the 8.4 fluid ounces, to be exact. And I was like, that's not going to be enough.
Do you have more than one of them?
Yeah, I have multiple. But see, if I drink 16, I'll die.
Well, can't you just grab the equal amount of little ones for that sized one?
No, because that's too much math. Just shut up, damn it. So I went to the gas station, and I got this, and I got a roll of Zins, which was only $7.50.
For a roll?
For a whole roll. It was like highway robbery. The lady's like, it's ringing up at $7.50. And I said, well, I'm not going to say anything.
No.
Definitely.
Dude.
Let me get through.
Oh my gosh.
Then I said, let me get 20 on pump 7. So I walked to pump 7, started pumping my gas, and I'm standing there in this. Mind you, I'm wearing a pair of red Adidas Gazelles, white tube socks.
Dude, those are cool.
Black breeches I got from J. Crew. And then wherever I got this stuff, and this man walks up to me, he goes, your outfit is fresh.
What did he look like?
He looked like he had tattoos, and he looked like a youth pastor from like 2018, 2019.
So he's younger, like 40.
Right, but like he looked like a youth pastor that like lifted weights. You know what I mean? Like really, he had on like Chelsea boots, skinny light wash jeans, and like a untucked like free people looking shirt. I don't think so. And like some chains.
Why did you just lisp?
I didn't lisp.
Think so.
I don't think he liked me. They could have. And he said, your outfit's fresh. Where are you going? And I said, to work. Thinking that was just going to be it.
Yeah,
and he said, well, what do you do for work? And instead
of I'm a youth pastor.
I should have. Instead of lying, I said, I'm a singer-songwriter and I'm going to film a podcast. Yeah. Then he goes, well, I'm looking for podcast spaces. And I'm like, why does everybody have to have a podcast? And then I sat in the truck and I said, why do we have a podcast?
Nobody asked for this.
Nobody. And so, but what I was thinking, and this was a good prompt, is I need to start lying about what I do for work.
100%.
Like, I need to say something else. What would you say?
Nobody's
going to also, I love you, but you're the most unflattering white man I've ever seen. So nobody's going to ask you what you do for work.
For sure.
I mean,
I'm always this is the nicest I've ever looked.
Right. Yeah.
Like by far.
I'll leave the house looking like this 4 times a week.
I'm trying to remember what some people have said. One person said, somebody said they're a librarian. And that makes total sense because you don't have to ask any questions about that.
No.
You know exactly what a librarian does.
I think what I should say is just I'm a consultant.
But then they go, what do you consult?
But then you just don't tell them.
True.
You just say, I can't talk about it. Yeah. And then now your lore goes really deep. Because people are going to be like, what does he consult?
I still can't believe the price of the roll you had. And it made me think that was 100% the wrong price of the roll. Mm-hmm. And it made me think of this one time I was at Kroger and we had like no money, dude. And I was looking through corned beefs. I don't know why. But I was like, just
I feel like that's something you should
I wanted
on.
A corned beef. Yeah, they're like it was like $25 for a corned beef, and I looked at one of the corned beefs, and it was whatever on the thing.
Printed?
Yeah, and it was 0. It should have been $28, but it was 28 cents. And I went to buy this corned beef, and I rang it up, and it was 28 cents, and I paid for it, and we had like the best meal of all time. So every time I go into a grocery store, I still ruffle through the corned beefs just to see if
Did
one
you
of
make
them
like
was
a
28
Reuben?
cents. No, I just ate it.
What is corned beef, actually?
I don't know either. It's a beef with corn.
Okay, we're gonna skip past that because that almost made me throw up in my mouth. Okay. I don't even know. I don't even know what to talk about.
We should probably.
What did you do this weekend?
This weekend was fun. I was out in California playing these. It's actually at this winery called Clos La Chance. It was really nice.
What does that stand for?
The place of grapes.
In French?
I don't know, dude. But I just made that up. But I went out and I played 3 songwriter shows. It was awesome. We played 3 days of golf and then 3 shows, and it was the crowd was unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever peed your pants during a show?
Nope. Thought about it.
I'm like,
out of excitement or out of just like you just have to pee?
I just have to pee, and I feel so guilty getting up because like for people who don't know, like I play these songwriter shows where there's like 4 hit songwriters or 3 hit songwriters on stage, and we like go back and forth playing our hits.
Okay, well that was rude because I've played with you and I don't have any hits, but go ahead.
Well, anyways, whatever.
Okay, bitch.
But these shows, like, you sit up there, and in between, you're not playing, you're just waiting for other people to play. And they're like, this show is 2.5 hours.
Jesus.
And so I'm up there sweating, dude. I gotta pee.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the dudes got up and peed, and as soon as they did, I was like, okay, it's okay to get up and pee. But, like, I'm really, really anxious a lot of the time about peeing in my pants.
Let's talk about that. Why?
Have
you ever peed in your pants?
Yeah.
When? Like, give me an example.
I really don't know if I
like
want to talk about this.
You opened the door, so I'm going to sprint through it. In your adult life, you've peed on yourself?
Yes, and it's an extremely true and bad story.
Wait, but why? Were you like on a long run?
I'm going to tell you if you want me to tell you.
Yeah, I'd love to.
I hope we might end up cutting this, but if it makes it,
we don't have time.
You guys are
this
in for a
podcast
ride.
Comes out in like 2 days. We don't have time to clip it.
So anyways, I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
Oh, I can't believe I'm telling this to the world. So, I was on my way to Cabo, Mexico, to meet Bella's family for New Year's. And on this trip, I was going to ask her parents for permission to get engaged to her. Mm-hmm. So I was already kind of nervous.
Right.
And, I also hate flying. So I'm in the San Francisco International Airport, and I sit at this...
Not a fun one.
No. I'm sitting at this bar, and I order a beer. One beer, but turns out it's a
You've
Stein.
told me this.
It's a Stein beer, so it's a big beer. So I order one beer, and I'm like, this is definitely the max I can have before getting on this plane. So I sit down at this bar and swear 2 kind of older, but not that old, like late 50s, early 60s Russian ladies sit next to me, kind of like kitty corner at this bar. And they're like...
Caddy corner.
Caddy corner. Is it caddy corner?
Yeah, it's not kitty corner. I know that.
Really?
No, kitty corner.
Anyways, they're sitting doggy
what
corner
the
at this
fuck?
bar.
Why would you think it would be kitty corner? Yeah, they were sitting fucking goat corner. Shut the fuck up. What's wrong with you? Keep going.
Yeah, whatever.
Jesus
Anyways,
Christ.
all of a sudden, another Stein shows up. And they're like, you? And I'm like, no way. And they're like, what's your name? Or whatever their accent is. And I was like, Ben.
Not that.
And they're like, how old are you? And I'm like, 24. And they're like, where are you going? All this stuff. And so I just started talking to them because they're so nice. And they were really funny. Next thing you know, I've drank 4 of these Stein beers that they bought.
A Stein's like 52 ounces.
They're massive.
So you've drank 212 ounces of beer.
So much
Jesus
beer.
Christ.
And I'm
that
nervous.
could run a golf cart, by the way.
What? Do I?
Nothing.
Anyway, so I'm drank all this beer, and I go to get on this plane. Well, I pee right before I get on the plane.
Right.
And I'm like, if I pee now, I'm going to be okay to make it to 10,000 feet. Like, I know how it works to pee on a plane because I'm afraid of peeing myself.
Right.
Anyways, I get on this plane, and I'm in the window seat next to a child and the mom.
And we know what happens when you're on planes with children.
Anytime
and
I'm
their
with planes on children, I'm just like,
with planes. When you're with planes on children? We've got to cut that for legal reasons. Oh, are you in the Epstein files?
I hope not.
What?
Anytime I'm with planes on children, I start to I'm like, chase your dreams. Fucking like,
right.
I'm like, get all inspirational into them. I'm like, Mom, just let them do what they want. It works out. So I'm already doing that.
You're in the plane on the child.
Yeah.
212 fluid ounces of Michelob Ultra in.
Yeah.
After the Russian ladies have already done their spy tactics on you.
Literally.
Telling this child that if they want to be a songwriter, they can be a songwriter.
100%.
Oh my
or an
God.
author or a
You are the
collector
biggest liability ever.
Yeah. So I'm sitting on this plane and we start going to the runway. And we get to the runway and literally we sat there for 45 minutes. And I'm crossing my legs. I'm shaking. I'm sweating. And I'm like, I just got to go. I'm kind of so hammered that I don't really even ask the kid and the mom to get up. I just walk over them. Like, you know that thing. And then I go to the bathroom and I'm like, I tell the flight attendants, I'm like, well, I actually don't tell them. They go, sir, you need to sit down. This is an active runway. And I'm like, I have to pee. Just let me in the bathroom. They go, it's a $250,000 FAA fine for you to use the bathroom right now. I went, I just got to pee. And they're like, we need you to sit down.
How are they going to know? How's that FAA going to know?
I don't know. So they're like, we need you to sit down. So I go, okay. So I go sit down. And I don't know what to do. I still can't believe I'm saying this. I take the little throw up bag and I put it under me. I don't know what that's going to do. And I just freaking let it fly on this plane. Swear to God. And I'm literally like peeing and I'm wearing these Lululemon pants so it kind of soaked it all up. But I was also just like, the more I say, the worse it is. But I literally pee and then I'm like, what do I do now? So then I like kind of like dry it with like my ass or something. And then we have like another 45 minutes until we take off. So I'm still like holding my piss. So then all of a sudden I'm just like coming to terms with what I just did. And so I get up and it was kind of dry. Like it wasn't bad. And then I grabbed my duffel bag out of the thing, went to the bathroom and I changed and I came back and it was fine. But then I asked the flight attendants, I was like, obviously I would never do this, guys. But when we're in line like that and someone needs to use the bathroom, what happens? And they're like, anytime you're on a plane that's on a runway for longer than 45 minutes, anytime someone uses the restroom on themselves. And I was like, for real? That's crazy. Who would do that?
I'm about to be 25 years old.
What else would you do though?
I'm about to be 25 years old. I can count on one hand the amount of times I've been rendered speechless in my life, and that's one of them.
What if I told you it happened twice?
I'd believe it.
It didn't. Yes, it did.
I guess it didn't because I'm a empathetic person. I need to tell you about the time I sharded myself when I worked at the funeral home.
Yes.
Because you just said that. So I worked at a funeral home when I was in college.
This is the best episode we've done.
And I was wearing I'll never forget, I was wearing a blue suit, Crown and Ivy that I got from Belk for $78. And we went to pick up a casket. And when we did, a
cask shit.
Yeah. I didn't even plan on it. I just went to pick it up, and when I did, it was like, and then as soon as it happened, I was like, oh no.
Did he drop it?
No, I couldn't drop the man. It was in front of his family. I couldn't drop this man's casket. And then we had like 2 other funerals that day.
No way.
So I tried to clean it up the best I could, and it wasn't good.
What a shitty
but
funeral.
The nice thing about it was like people that are dead don't smell great, and so they didn't know. It was kind of like I had to hide the scent behind like formaldehyde or whatever they put in these people.
I feel like you haven't sharded that many times.
I just once, and it was in. And
That's the only time you've sharded?
Yeah, thank God. It was bad.
Damn, dude.
It was so bad.
How much do people shart?
I don't know. I only do it once. I only did it once.
I feel like I've sharded so many more than once.
No, I just did it one time. And it was real cold. It was like December.
Cold?
Like
what is wrong? Oh, I
like
thought you meant your
shart
was cold.
No, it was cold outside. The weather was cold. And it was like December. It was bad. Everything was bad. It was just not good. Okay.
You didn't bring a change of clothes?
I didn't leave the house thinking I was going to shart myself when I was picking up a dead man in a casket. No one leaves their house going, okay, I'm going to go pick up dead people today and shit my pants. Yeah. But I did. My guitar player he shits himself quarterly.
Really?
It's in
Nate?
No, Dylan, my guitar player.
Oh.
I put it in his contract. When I renewed his contract, I put it in there that he could only shit himself 3 times this year, and not 4, or I would fire him. He's only shit himself twice, and we only have a few more shows.
Wow.
One time we were driving back from Illinois.
Is this another shard story?
This is a shit story.
Okay.
We were driving back from Illinois, and it was real late at night, and he was driving. This is back when I was in a van.
Yeah, welcome to touring, everybody, too, by the way.
And we were driving from Illinois back to Nashville. We had to do like a turn and burn. It was terrible. And he's driving, and he said, "This isn't good." And I was thinking we were having like van problems. Yeah. And I said, "Oh no, just pull over." He said, "No, I can't pull over." So he starts driving, and we're getting into doorbell. Yeah. We're getting into, what's the state above Kentucky?
New Mexico.
Right. So we were in Vermont.
I honestly don't know.
We were crossing the Vermont Kentucky border. Yeah. And he sees the welcome center for the state of Kentucky. It's 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. Some bitch is open. He pulls the van over into the welcome center, stops it, thought he put it in park, and did not, and just slammed on brakes in front of the welcome center, and he said, "I have to shit." Jumps out of the van.
Oh, no.
It's not in park. He just starts running behind the van to the door. I have to jump over the center console, put my hand on the brake pad, on the brake. I don't know where the gear is because I'm face down, ass up in a fucking econo line. And so I'm yelling. Everybody's in the back in their bunks.
Also,
asleep.
That's not the first time you've been face down, ass up in an econo line.
In an econo line outside of the Kentucky Visitor Center. I do that often. And I started yelling at everybody that was in their bunks. I was like, "Somebody out!" Yeah. They're like, "What?" I said, "I can't see!" And so Wes, my drummer, who's at this point 41 years of age, this man runs like Usain Bolt from his bunk, and he sees it, and he's like, "Are you dead?" I said, "No, I'm talking. Put it in park." And so he puts it in park. We're in the middle of the parking lot of the Kentucky Visitor Center. Yeah. So he grabs me by my ass and yanks me upwards. He said, "What happened?" I said, "I don't want to talk about it." And so I go inside the Kentucky Visitor Center. I pee. Dylan's in the stall. Do music. And you know how sometimes you sit in a studio and the producer's just like hitting random drum pads and different samples? That's what it sounded like in the stall next to me. Yeah. I walked out. Me and the rest of the band, we start reading about the state of Kentucky because we're at the visitor center. It's like a museum. We're picking up pamphlets. We're reading. I'm learning all about Kentucky, about bourbon, about like songwriters from Kentucky, all stuff. We're 45 minutes in this son of a bitch. Yeah. Finally, this lady that's driving a red Toyota Camry that's trying to back up, she can't because our econo line is parked behind her car. She comes and she said, "Who's in the econo line?" And she's holding a cigarette in her hand. And I said, "We are." And she said, "Can you move it?" And I said, "If you give me a cigarette." So I smoked a cigarette with this lady, moved the econo line. After an hour, Dylan walks out. And this sumbitch is in, he looks like a mummy. He has TP'd himself from his legs down, or from his waist down. And I said, "What is wrong with you?" And he said, I had to throw them away. He had to change in the back of the econo line and then drove us all the way back to Nashville.
Well, that's a pretty good story. Wow.
Okay.
Should we talk about serious stuff?
No. Also, I need to tell a story about the airport.
Okay.
So this weekend, you played show. You did that. I played shows this weekend.
Yeah.
You
played some cool shows, too.
I did. I was in Allentown, Pennsylvania, right outside of Philadelphia on Friday with Alexandra Kay. Woke up Saturday morning, flew to Vegas.
That's a long flight.
Buddy. My body, I still don't know what day it is. And then tomorrow morning, I have to wake up at 5 o'clock and fly to Seattle for shows this weekend. Ugh. Not going to be fun. Anyways, well, it's going to be fun, but my body's going to be confused. Anyways, okay. I'm in the Denver airport because I had a layover in Denver to get to Vegas to go play with Megan. Not play with Megan. I just did like a thing with Megan.
Who, for people who
Megan Moroney. Megan Moroney.
That's a great story, too.
That's a great story. I can tell that one. Anyways, so I'm in the airport. There's a lady in front of me. She had the smallest ankles I've ever seen. She was wearing like high water pants.
Like what? Like this?
No, like toothpick
like
level.
Bony?
Ankle. Yeah, like it was just ankle. Oh. But it's a very small ankle.
Yeah.
So I took a picture.
That's the craziest thing to notice about a woman.
You could not notice it. But she was standing in front of me on the jet bridge.
Yeah.
I was like, that woman's got really petite ankles.
Did you like that?
No, I don't know. I don't know how I felt about it. But I took a picture of her ankles. Okay, so I sit down on the plane. Of course, I send it to Heather McMahon because, her slogan is thick neck, thin ankles. And I said, this woman just won thinnest ankles of the year. And she said, oh, my God, those are scary. So I have the picture still pulled up on my photos. Well, this lady sits beside me on the plane. Oh. And this is how I know God is real. I open up my pictures, and the first thing that pops up is this lady's ankles. And this lady is looking dead at my phone.
And she's next to you.
Right. Here's why I know God is real. Wednesday, before I left, or Thursday morning before I left to go for tour this weekend, I went to TJ Maxx and I bought a screen protector that's a secret, like one of the private screen protectors.
Like where you can't see the person.
You can't see. Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Speaking of sharting, my heart was in my butthole.
No kidding.
Because I thought that this lady was about to bitch slap me.
But here's the thing, though. If someone took a picture of my ankles and then I saw it, I wouldn't recognize my ankles, though.
Is that like, you think so?
Yeah.
You know how they say, like, if you see it, you know how they say, have you ever heard this scientist say if you saw yourself, you had like an outer body experience and you saw yourself walking down the street, you wouldn't know you?
I mean, I wouldn't know my ankles.
Okay, let's carry on from that.
I
didn't like that at all. To the lady with the thin ankles, they look great. Yeah. Whatever your routine is at the gym, keep doing it.
Yeah, keep working out your ankles.
Okay. Also, I've never done Vegas sober. Also, I've been sober for a month.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I'm so freaking proud of you.
Thank you. Yeah, I've been sober for a month.
Yeah.
It's been great.
You look great.
I've lost 10 pounds.
Yeah, that's crazy because you didn't really have 10 pounds to lose either.
I don't know. My stomach was getting pretty big.
Really?
Yeah, but I'm wondering
what you think
really,
of me.
Bella, your wife standing here. Bella, you're awful.
Why are you standing
She said she just texted me, your socks are awful.
Oh, that's sweet of her.
They're white tube socks. You don't like them? Can you leave? I'll Venmo you $100 to leave. Okay, cool. The hell?
So, you're 30 days sober.
30 days. Well, what day is this episode coming out? On the 8th, I'm 30 days sober.
So I am curious to hear, obviously, how have shows been? I mean, you never really played shows hammered anyways.
No, I didn't. I don't know. I just obviously, if y'all couldn't tell on Maggie Winter's episode of the podcast, I was lit like a candle.
Yeah. Well, we've been filming all day too.
Hammered to the wall. I don't know. The next day I woke up. I mean, if you want me to be honest with you, it's very vulnerable. But I woke up. I don't know if I've told you this, but I woke up on the floor of my apartment holding a bottle of fucking Tito's.
Really?
Yeah, it was bad.
Why did you? I don't remember you going to bed drinking a bottle of Tito's.
Well, I'm an alcoholic. Let me just be honest with you. I mean, that's probably going to drop my stock in the music industry, but I don't care. I have a drinking problem. I always have. I mean, and you've seen times where I drink a lot when I'm stressed. I drink a lot when I'm like under a lot of pressure.
Right. You drink like from the way I see you drink, and obviously, like, a problem with alcohol is defined in so many different ways.
Right.
But when you drink, it's almost a similar way to the way that I drink, but I feel like I still have control over it.
I don't have control.
But when you drink, you just want the fun to keep going.
Right.
And then, say it's a Friday, Saturday, we want the fun to keep going. And so then sometimes with alcoholism, like, it's that cycle.
Yep.
And then the cycle turns from it being so much fun to now I'm just drinking to feel okay again. And that's what's like that. People go, hair of the dog. But it's a scary thing.
My problem with the way that I consume alcohol is I've got such bad, I don't know if I have ADHD. I mean, a doctor diagnosed me once, but it's a doctor. You can't.
Yeah, it was
but anyways, anyways, okay. So when I drink, the voice, I don't want to say the voices in my head because I'm not like schizophrenic, but like my brain shuts off. Yeah. Like not in like a bad way, but like because I'm so creative and I always have a billion things going on in my head, and like, okay, 1 second I'm like, what should I name my record? I hate all these songs. These songs are great. Oh my God. Like I have only put out 4 songs this year. I'm not doing good enough.
Right.
Like,
you're an overthinker. Like,
right. Like my career's going to be done. Yeah. Like if I don't put out a song, like that thing. And then whenever I have a drink, 2 drinks, 12 drinks, that goes away. I know. And that's not good.
It's not good.
And I've moved forward in my career more in the last 30 days than I have in probably 2 years because like I've just been. And the other thing is like, I mean, you've been around me. Like I've white knuckled sobriety a few times.
For
like,
sure.
Just like, and it's always been like, well, get to the end of this tour and then you can have a drink.
Right.
Or, get through this phase. And like, but this time, like
it feels different for me too.
It does because I went to my therapist like right when I kind of started and I was just like, hey, like I'm an alcoholic. Like I have a problem. I'm not. And he was like, okay. And then like, but he was like, well, why do you drink as much as you do? And so I've told him, and then we talked about that. And like every week we're talking about stuff, and like it's different this time because like I've also told people around me like, hey, I have a problem.
Yeah, I mean, you're saying it on our podcast too,
right? And it's like,
I do think though, like, I can 100% relate to you in 2 ways. In the fact that I am also a crazy overthinker, especially in social settings or anything. Right. Even the same with songs. Is this happening? Is this happening? Is this song not going to be a number one? Is it this way? And it suppresses that for me too. Yes. And I can 100% relate to that. And I can also relate to I'm trying to say progress or like success in a way, but like productivity. Yeah. My productivity if I'm doing 30 days is through the roof. And I think it just is like, I mean, look at successful artists, creatives. Most of us either have a problem or have some sort of control over substances, but almost everybody who is a creative who somehow turned it into a successful career, substance walks in and out of their life. Yes. And I think that is because we are all wired the same way. We're not only are we insecure, we want people to like us, but we are so afraid that it's not going to be the way we want. Correct. Or that we're not going to be reciprocated. And we're so empathetic and we think and we believe and we try so hard that it numbs away a lot of the anxiety and fear of failure. Right. And it's just, and part of it for me too is I feel like I can almost enjoy the good things more when I'm buzzed. It's a bad thing, especially if you can't. And it's also like get a grip on it.
No one wakes up and goes, well, I'm going to be an alcoholic.
For sure.
Like you just kind of like, I mean, you know how it is. It's like I moved to town and had like success up on the front end of my career, and then it's like you start touring, and then you have a drink before you go on the stage, and then you have a drink while you're on stage, and you have a drink after, and then that turns into a couple drinks, and then you look up and you're like, oh my god, I've been drunk for 2.5 years.
Or and
it's literally. Like it's not good for it wasn't good for my physical health, it really wasn't good for my mental health. And it was like, but this time, like when I woke up, here's the other thing too, and I mean this, I'm just gonna share this because I just feel like I have to. Like this is the first time that I've ever actually like gone to God with my problems, and I'm like, hey, like I can't control this.
Yeah, that's awesome.
As a human,
yeah.
And so it's like, and I know there's probably people that listen to this podcast that are all over the spectrum spiritually and religiously, and there may be people that aren't, but it's like that's been the biggest thing because like every time that I've tried to do it, because I mean this is my 4th time trying to be sober, and like there's never been like okay, I'm never going to drink again.
For sure.
It's always just been like, okay, let me get through this tour.
Yeah.
Let me take a break.
Right.
And every time I've done it, I've just white-knuckled the shit out of it. I'm like, okay, if I can just get to 30 days, I'm good. And this time it hasn't been that way. Right. And it's like, and you can't do that. This time there's not been any willpower. It's just been like, hey, God, like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Like the day that I woke up on my fucking apartment floor holding a fucking empty bottle of Tito's, and I had to get up and like go shoot a music video, and I was like, it was
I remember
terrible.
That day.
It was like I got home that night and like sat in front of my mirror in my living room and just fucking cried.
Yeah.
Because I was like, why do I have a problem? Why can't I be normal? And it's like that I had to give that to God. And like I'm in a very, very early stage of sobriety.
For sure.
But it's like I feel like with this, every day I get up and I say the same prayer and I go, okay, well, like I can't do this by myself. No. And like whatever the void is in my life that I'm trying to fill, like I just ask God to fill that for me because I can't do it. And like I said, it's been nice to like actually talk to a therapist and like talk to this person that understands, like the person that I'm talking to is like, he understands addiction very well.
Well, there's a lot of people too, and especially in this town, and also I feel like, and by this town I mean Nashville. Like, this town is and I'm not talking bachelorette parties and people coming here just to party and celebrate. This town is a drinking town, and our business is a drinking business. I mean, like, it's normal to show up to a session, and for people who don't know, like, I mean, and this doesn't happen all the time, but I mean, I've been in multiple sessions, I mean, and more than 10, where somebody's either drinking beer at 9 a.m. or pull a handle out of their backpack and just, I mean, it is like, it is so normal. Yeah. We don't really take meetings. We take drink meetings.
Yes.
Somebody goes, instead of a breakfast meeting at 8 or 9 a.m., it's let's meet for drinks at 3:30. Yep. And it is just this culture where it's not just you or me drinking. It is everybody. And it's something that it took me a while to navigate, to be like, well, is this business or is this fun? And at what point is this, I'm going to this meeting because I want to drink? You know what I mean?
Or I would get so tired of like planning my day around drinking. Because I mean, I would drink so much that I'd wake up and the first hour of my day was spent, okay, how hungover am I? How am I going to get through? How bad is this day going to be? And then you limp through the 3 hours of the day that you have to go write a song, and then you go, okay, well, let's go drink. It just wasn't good. It wasn't healthy. It's not good for my mental health. And the other thing I've learned through all this is, like, I just have to be nice to myself. I'm doing fine.
You're doing great.
I'm 24.
I tell you that all the time.
I'm 24. I've been on tour with massive names. I'm very, like,
making a name for yourself too.
But you always go, okay, well, it's not as successful as I want it to be, or whatever the thing is. And it's like, that doesn't matter. Yeah. I'm proud of what I've done, and I'm doing great. But I mean, look, and anybody out there that's listening, if you know somebody with a problem, if you have a problem, it's not a problem. You're fine. Like, you're okay. Sure.
You're one of a lot of people.
Go get the help that you need, and go get the help. The way that I kind of like started looking at it is like, go get the help that you deserve. Because I can't put out
such a great way to say it.
I can't put out a good product. I can't show the people in my life the love that they deserve until I love myself. I can't show my fans. I can't show my family, anybody, like, the love that they deserve to get from me until I go and actually love myself and who I am. And it's been a great 30 days. I've learned so much about myself in 30 days, and like, it's been awesome. It's been a roller coaster, but I've also not really had like an urge to drink.
No, you haven't at all.
I'm just like, a Diet Coke's fine. And I go to bars all the time.
Yeah, you have.
And like,
you just went to Vegas.
I went to Vegas sober and did Vegas sober 2 days, and it was
I'm
great.
So proud of you.
And it's like, and I never once had the urge to drink, because the other thing too is like, I know how I've read that book.
Right.
I know how it's going to end up, 100%. And it's not going to be good.
And it's the same way every time.
Yeah, it's like you're not going to get a change. You know what I mean? Like, I know what it is. So like, why would I do it? And like I said, it's been good. It's been really good, and the shows have been better, and creatively I've been in a great space. And just as a person, I've been a better brother, I've been a better son, I've been a better friend, better boss.
You're just making me think about too, like, even when you're talking about like, I'm 24, I'm doing fine. Like, the past, and I'm talking more like career now, but like, and I'm so proud of you, by the way. I hope you know that.
Sorry we got so deep on this episode.
I'm really glad we did, because it's been a part of our lives in the last month, and it's good. But like, you know, I'm 27 now, and I remember like 22, 23, like, I mean, for an example, like, my first couple of songs were when I was 23. And I remember being 23 and being like, well, once I get to 25, I need to have this, this, and this, and this, even though I already had the things that I said I wanted before I was 30. And then it was like, now I want this, this, and this. And all of a sudden, in the last like 2 years, I've gotten so freaked out about saying I want this by then, or I want this, or I get in the mind space of like, all I think about is this number one or something like that, where I've now, when I start thinking about stuff like that, even like thinking about a deal or catalog or something like that, I'm going, well, in 3 years when I'm 30, this or whatever. And then I go, well, in 3 years, I'm starting to translate everything to time. And that is really freaking me out, because all of a sudden now I'm like, I want to soak in every single moment and not base career stuff on the future, because then I'm losing today and losing tomorrow, and all of a sudden we're getting older and things are going by. And so when you just said, like, I'm doing fine, I'm 24, like, we both really need to figure out how to live in the moment.
Yes.
And enjoy what we're building and what we've had, and like be conscious of that, because it is so easy, especially in our business and our lives, to be like, now's not good enough, but then will be. And then is never good enough.
Right.
You know?
Well, like, it was a cool moment this weekend, like, when I was watching Megan's show, sober. And it's like, for a long time, and this isn't towards Megan, this is just generally, like, when I would open, you know, or when I would even do my own shows or whatever that thing was, like, I would sit there and I would just get fucking hammered because I needed to numb the voice that was in my head going, well, you're never going to be that. Or you see how successful she is, or Cameron Marlowe, or Alexandra Kay, or the fucking Jonas Brothers, or whoever I'm playing in front of. It's like, you're not going to ever get there.
That's a terrible voice.
And it's like,
it's not true.
It's not true. And if it is true, who cares? Because what is my success defined as? What I've learned, and I've always known this, but I've really, like, leaned into this the past 30 days, is like, and this is kind of morbid, but it's true. Like, you know, at the end of the book, we all die, right?
100%.
And it's like, if they were to read my eulogy and it was like, well, he was a songwriter and he was a singer and he was an entertainer and he did this and he opened for these people,
ABC.
that would be, I'd be rolling in my grave. Well, I'm going to get cremated. I would be rolling in my ashes. I don't know. I don't care about that, because at the end of the day, I want them to read my eulogy and be like, he was a great friend.
Right.
And he was a great brother, and he was 100%. A great son, and he was philanthropic, and he loved the people that were around him. And, like, that's what matters. So the voice is in my head going, well, you're never going to be that. Okay. Why does it? I don't care. I mean, I want success. We all want 100%. Success. But it's like, to be able to sit there and like, I cried at a part of, like, in Megan's show, because I was like,
which part?
Remember, I don't even, it had nothing to do with the music. It had nothing, everything to do with, like, I'm sitting there and I'm watching my friend who 3 years ago we went to coffee, and she had just got on tour with Jamie Johnson. I had just gotten on TV. We had no money. We didn't know what was going to happen. Right. And to watch her now go play a sold-out show in front of 5,000 people in Vegas on a Sunday night, and everybody scream every single word to every song. Like, that made me emotional, because I'm like, I love my friend.
For sure.
And that's what I want to value my life as. It's like, I'm so proud of my friend. Yeah. I don't care about the other shit, because it doesn't matter. Because at the end of the day, for her and for me and for you and for whatever, there's going to be a day that there's not 5,000 people in Vegas screaming every word to every Megan Moroney song. 100%. And if you only value someone's friendship off of that, then that's not a good friend, and you're not going to live a fulfilled life. Right. If Megan called me tomorrow and said, I quit, I'm going to go.
She's still your friend.
I'm going to go sell real estate. Okay, great. And I wake up every day hoping you're the best real estate agent to ever live, because you're my friend and I love you. Yeah. And it's to be, like, in a very sober place and a sober mindset, to be able to feel those things and feel those emotions. That's the coolest part about it for me. And it's like, and the hardest drug you can do is sobriety. The hardest drug you can do is just life.
No kidding.
Because this shit's hard. It sucks. It's crazy. And especially the one that we live of, like, the constant, you know, the high, the low, all the different stuff. And it's like, if you can just tackle that straight ahead, like, it's great. And I don't know. It's been fun. It's been awesome.
It seems like, at least, you know, while we're still talking about drinking, it definitely seems like, first off, you've never, ever stepped your foot off of the gas of your career. You're always doing new things and trying new things and pushing the envelope. But in the past 30 days, it definitely has seemed like that you're talking more about your family or these experiences more than you normally just talk about your career. Right. Even just being around you. And that's pretty freaking cool, you know?
Well, it doesn't matter. I mean, it does. Like, it's cool to have success. And it's cool when I walked through the airport yesterday and people take pictures with you and they want you to sign an autograph. Like, that's, I don't care.
Right. That's not,
because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That's not success to me.
Right.
Like, I don't care. I mean, it just doesn't matter, because that's going to go away. And there's going to be a point where it's like all you're going to have left is, like, the relationships and the things that you valued. And I have prioritized a lot of things in the last 30 days, and, like, my mental health and my family and my friendships are very important. And that's also helping me, though, write better songs and create better art because I actually am living. Like, I'm living. I'm not, because I wasn't alive. Let's put it that way. When I was always drunk, that's not a way to live. You're not living. Right. Living in a different dimension.
You're living a numbed life.
Correct. And I felt more emotions in the last 30 days than I have in years.
And that's the numbing for us, is where we can feel less. And I think that's the goal. I mean,
that was my goal.
Yeah, is not to feel everything. And the thing that is so contradictory of drinking as an artist, like, you, is you're supposed to feel. Right. That's what you're going to convey to your people. Right. Is what you feel. So if you're numbing that, then you're definitely not at your full potential,
No. And I don't know,
I'm proud of you. It's awesome.
Well, thank you. It's been fun, and
and you got up and sang with Megan. I mean, it sounded so great.
Oh, that was great. It was so much fun.
And they seem so stoked to have it, because, I mean, you've gone on 2 tours with her, and so the 3 tours?
3.
Wow.
Pistol Made of Roses.
Oh, yeah, Pistol. I was just
Lucky,
thinking
Lucky 2.0.
So I'm sure the audience too was so excited to see you.
They were. It was cool. It was very cool. It was like it was great, and I love Megan, and I'm grateful for the opportunity, and she's just an awesome person. And her parents were out there, so I got to see her mom and dad, and they're the freaking
My
best.
favorite sometimes is when I go out, and if we're like listening to new songs or something, and her dad's on the bus, just like watching his reaction to songs is so awesome.
God, he's
was
the
Brian,
best.
her brother, out there too?
No, just mom.
I saw he played at Red Rocks too. Which is crazy.
That seemed like a super cool moment. But it's like I said, it's cool to be able to also just like watch your friend experience all that, because she's so deserving of all the success that she has, and she's awesome.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's been a fun couple of days, but also like I haven't had an issue. Like everybody I've told, I'm like, yeah, I'm not drinking. Like I'm just gonna have a Diet Coke at the bar. They're like, oh, cool.
No one cares.
I heard somebody say
it's like golf.
No one cares what's in your cup.
No
one does, because everybody's so worried about themselves.
For sure. I think that's in general. Dude, I know you don't play golf because one, obviously,
I would
you don't play golf,
I would rather I'd rather do anything.
Well, yeah, and
I would rather shart myself again at the funeral home than play golf. I'm not uncoordinated. Oh, yeah. You're just mad that I have smaller feet than you big-footed bastard.
I don't have big feet.
Yeah, you do.
But like even in golf, dude, it taught me in golf too, and just life. Golf, you're so embarrassed to go out there and suck. That because it is so embarrassing. That's what everybody. I just don't want to play. I just want to play okay today, because you think the people who you're playing with are judging your golf. Nobody cares. All they care about is their own game. Right. And that is just life, though. Like, if you're going out to a bar and you're drinking club soda, who cares?
No.
You know?
The other thing for me is, like, I'm just as funny and just as much the same. I'm the same person, drunk and sober.
If not more funny.
I'm the same person, drunk and sober.
Yeah.
The only difference is, like, whenever I, like, get, like, real drunk, face down, ass up. And then all my
kind of line,
right? And all my friends are like, "Oh my God, we didn't know you were that drunk," because I act the same.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah, I don't know. It's been fun. I have this book too. I'm gonna plug this book.
Should we just do show and tells too?
Yeah, I'm gonna plug this book.
I mean, I feel like that was really great that we went into all that today too.
Wait, hold on. I need to find this book that I've been reading.
Is it your show and tell?
No, it could be, but it's not. That's cool. Well, it is cool.
Maybe I want to read it.
Book called Parables for Personal Growth. And I've been reading this, and it's the best book I've ever read in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
Where'd you find it?
My therapist. He was like, you need to read this book. He's like, don't read it in one sitting, which I did, because it's that good.
What's your favorite thing you've gotten from
The Dragon. Do you want me to read it to you?
Yeah.
I want to make oh, yeah, it's not that long. Okay, here we go.
The
Dragon. There once was a great and noble king whose land was terrorized by a crafty dragon. Don't laugh during this. Like a massive bird of prey, the scaly beast delighted in ravaging villages with his fiery breath. Hapless victims ran from their burning homes, only to be snatched into the dragon's jaws or talons. Those devoured instantly were deemed more fortunate than those carried back to the creature's lair to be devoured at the dragon's leisure. The king led his sons and knights in many valiant battles against the serpent. Each time they wounded the dragon, and he retreated to his hidden lair deep in the mountains. While he healed, the kingdom would be at peace for a time. Take courage, the king told his people. One day the dragon will be slain. Riding alone in the forest during a period of calm, one of the king's sons heard his name purred low and soft. In the shadows of the ferns and the trees curled among the boulders lay the dragon. The creature's heavy eyes fastened on the prince, and the reptilian mouth stretched into a friendly smile. "Don't be alarmed," said the dragon, as gray wisps of smoke rose lazily from his nostrils. "I am not what your father thinks." "What are you, then?" asked the prince, warily drawing his sword as he kept his fearful horse from bolting by, pulling in the reins. "I am pleasure," said the dragon. "Ride on my back, and you will experience more than you ever imagined. Come now, I have no harmful intentions. I seek a friend, someone to share flights with me. Have you never dreamed of flying, never longed to soar in the clouds?" The sunlight glistened with an iridescent sheen, I don't like the word iridescent, on the dragon's metallic green scales. "Bring your sword for security if you wish, but I give my word no harm will come to you." Visions of soaring high above the forest hills drew the prince from his horse. The dragon unfurled one great webbed wing to serve as a ramp to his rigid back. Between the spiny projections, the prince found a secure seat. Then the creature's powerful wings snapped twice and launched him into the sky. Once aloft, the dragon wafted effortlessly on the wind streams. The prince's apprehensions melted into awe and exhilaration. From then on, he met the dragon often, but secretly, for how could he tell his father, brothers, or the knights that he had befriended the enemy? The prince felt separate from them all. Their concerns were no longer his concerns. Even when he wasn't with the dragon, he spent less time with those he loved and more time alone. The skin on the prince's leg became callous from gripping the rigid back of the dragon, and his hands grew rough and hardened. He began wearing gloves to hide it. After many nights of riding, he discovered scales growing on the back of his hands as well. With dread, he realized his fate were he to continue, so he resolved to return no more to the dragon. But after a fortnight, he again sought out the dragon, having been tortured with desire. And so it transpired many times over. No matter what his determination, the prince eventually found himself pulled back, as if the cords were an invisible web. Silently, patiently, the dragon always waited. One cold, moonless night, their excursion became a foray against a sleeping village. Torching the roofs with fiery blasts from his nostrils, the dragon roared with delight when terrified victims fled from their burning homes. Swooping in, the serpent belched again, and flames engulfed a cluster of screaming villagers. The prince closed his eyes, tightly trying to shut out the carnage, but the agonized cries and smell of burning flesh assailed him. The dragon's long neck snaked and spasmed as he crunched bones and devoured his roasted prey. The prince retched and clung miserably to his spiny perch. In the pre-dawn hours, when the prince crept back from the dragon, the road outside his father's castle usually remained empty, but not tonight. Terrified refugees streamed into the protective walls of the castle. The prince walked among women carrying wailing children with gashes from the dragon's talons. Some victims, too gravely wounded to walk, were brought in carts or dragged. The prince's heart was torn. Their pain brought tears to his eyes and shame to his soul. "What have I become?" he asked himself. At that moment, he wanted even more desperately to be free of the dragon. Perhaps his father in all his wisdom could help, but the prince feared that the truth would make him abhorrent in his father's sight. Surely he would be disowned, exiled, or even condemned to death. The castle bustled with frantic activity to care for the refugees in the courtyard. The prince attempted to slip through the crowd to close himself in his chambers, but some of the survivors stared and pointed at him. "He was there," one woman cried out. "I saw him on the back of the dragon." Others nodded in angry agreement. Horrified, the prince saw his father, the king, was in the courtyard holding a bleeding child in his arms. The king's face mirrored the agony of the people as his eyes found the prince. The son fled, hoping to escape into the night, but the guards apprehended him as if he were a thief. They brought him to the great hall where his father now sat solemnly on his throne. The people on every side railed against the prince. "Banish him, flay him, burn him alive." As the king rose from his throne, bloodstains from the wounded child shone darkly on his royal robes. The crowd fell silent in expectation of his decree. The prince, who could not bear to look into his father's face, stared at the flagstones of the floor. "Take off your gloves and your tunic, my son," the king commanded. The prince obeyed slowly, dreading to have his metamorphosis uncovered before the kingdom. Was his shame not already great enough? He had hoped for a quick death without further humiliation. Sounds of revulsion rippled through the crowd at the sight of the prince's thick-scaled skin and the ridge growing on his spine. The king strode towards his son, and the prince stilled himself, fully expecting a backhanded blow, even though he had never been struck by his father. Instead, his father embraced him and wept as he held him tightly. In shocked disbelief, the prince buried his face against his father's shoulder and heard him say, "Do you wish to be freed of the dragon, my son?" The prince answered in despair, "I have wished it many times, but there is no hope for me." "Not alone," said the king. "You cannot win against the serpent alone." "Father, I am no longer your son. I am half beast," sobbed the prince. But his father replied, "My blood runs through your veins. My nobility has always been stamped deep within your soul. Nothing can take that from you." With his face still hidden tearfully in his father's embrace, the prince heard the king instruct the crowd. The dragon is crafty. Some fall victim to his wiles and some to his violence. There will be mercy for all who wish to be freed. Who else among you has ridden the dragon? The prince lifted his head to see someone emerge from the crowd. To his amazement, he recognized an older brother, the one who had been lauded throughout the kingdom for his onslaughts against the dragon in battle and for his many good deeds. Others came, some weeping, others hanging their heads in shame. The sister who was known for her beautiful singing came. She tearfully removed her slippers to reveal spiked scales on her feet. The king embraced them all. This is our most powerful weapon against the dragon, he announced. Truth, no more hidden fights. Alone you cannot resist him. Together you will prevail, for you draw strength from one another. Those of you who think yourselves immune to the serpent's wiles, beware lest you the next to fall. Those ensnared, you must desire freedom more than the dragon's fight. The struggle will be long and fierce. Over time you will choose more often against the dragon than for him, until finally you will go with him no more. Will the scales ever be gone? Asked the sister, looking at her feet. No, my child, the king answered. But in time they will fade, and one day, when the dragon is finally slain, all traces of the scales will disappear. Death to the dragon, someone yelled from the crowd, and a great cheer rose up in chorus. Death to the dragon, long live the king. I love that story.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really cool.
Yeah.
And then the king is like, I mean, you could also like...
King is God.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, if you look at it from a Christian perspective.
That's really great. Really great.
But yeah.
You're a pretty good reader.
Oh, thanks.
I didn't know you could read.
Well, it's hard to read a diploma when you're drunk. It's hard to do anything
really
when you're drunk
great.
all the time. But yeah, this has been a great
that.
book. It's been a fun 30 days of early sobriety.
You just captivated me reading that.
I should be an audiobook reader.
Honestly,
right?
pretty good.
Okay, well, now that we've talked about the very serious things, do you want to go first on show and tell?
Yeah, I'll go first.
Okay, great.
Mine's pretty simple. So, I know in the past 3
You didn't wear your cutoff.
I know. I'm doing it the next
You
episode.
son of a bitch.
I know. I didn't
Tennessee
want my belly to
lost.
be hanging out.
Well,
But anyways,
your belly be hanging out of that, too.
I know. That's why I brought this today. Because I know I was like talking about fast food and all this stuff, but I'm starting my diet and whatever, and I'm running again. And I brought this because I don't know if people knew this, but I ran Division I track and cross country in college. And I brought my jersey from Santa Clara University in California. I just found this earlier today, and I was like, no
Can you still
way.
fit in that?
Heck yeah. West Coast Conference, baby.
What was your fastest run?
I was a 4:16 mile guy
Jesus.
in college.
My quickest
like
was a
freshman year.
450.
But I mean, I ran everything from...
No, a 540. I'm dyslexic.
Yeah, 540, 450.
Shut
But I ran everything
don't
from
know
like
me.
the 400 to the 10K to marathons. I mean, I'm going to run the marathon in Nashville again in April.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one I did, I qualified for Boston, and then I never ran Boston. So I mean,
Yeah, our plan was to go to Boston.
I know. So we'll do it again.
Okay.
What'd you bring?
Okay. I brought a bobblehead.
yeah.
I brought a bobblehead of myself that a fan gave me at a show.
That's awesome.
And it's pretty accurate, except they still have the tag on my jacket. And I will always take the tag off.
How did they do? What?
This is the outfit I wore at the ramen. They got it down
crazy
pat. The
detail.
necklaces are perfect. My mustache is like half shaved, which I don't know how to feel about that.
That's amazing.
But it's okay. But I did cut the tag off of that. But the hair's pretty close to on point.
They're talented.
Well, I don't think they made it.
Oh.
I think they ordered it online. I think they just typed in their credit card information. But it looks cool.
Looks great.
Do you want to hold it?
Yeah, kind of.
Okay. Can I hold yours?
Sure.
I don't like that. No, throw me your jersey.
You got a
We're gonna
huge nose.
Fuck you.
It's not a tag.
Yes, it is.
I think they were trying to make this like a microphone.
The microphone is attached to my jacket.
What's the pack called that you put on when you play shows live?
An in-ear pack. No, that's the tag to a. That's a tag to the.
I think they were trying to do an in-ear pack though.
They weren't.
Well, either way.
Because I would have had ears in my ears.
Well, that was good, and we got into a lot of good stuff.
Yes.
And I'm proud of you, and I love you.
I love you too. I'm slumping. That's producers told me not to slump. Can we put that up in the studio? Because it's kind of weird to have that in my house.
100%.
Because I kind of like walked by it today and I was like, ah! And that's why I took it. Don't put it there.
Well, I'm going to move it. I'm going to put it somewhere.
Well, as we end this, I've got a couple shows this weekend with Cole Swindell. Last weekend out with him.
So cool.
And then October 18th, I'm headlining my hometown festival in Milledgeville, Georgia, Deep Roots. It's not a ticketed event, but all the hotels in the area are already sold out, so I feel like it's going to be really big. So if you're in or around Milledgeville, Georgia, or
what
even if you're
weekend is
not,
that? I want to go.
October 18th. You want to come?
No, that's
we're taking
Patrick and Sophie's wedding.
Oh yes, of course. Yeah, no, I'm sad I'm missing that. But it's free. But get there early because, like I said, they project it to be the biggest crowd in Deep Roots history. So
wow.
So go ahead and get your travel arrangements. There's no Ubers in Milledgeville, so don't get too drunk.
And while you're out there, call your radio stations and ask them to play 6 Months Later by Megan Moroney 100 times. It's flying, but we can use all the help.
Doesn't kill you cause you're 6 months.
We love you.
Y'all be good. Thank y'all for listening. Like, subscribe, all the things. We'll see y'all soon.
Bye.